Okay guys, welcome back to another Spiral Flow Ropes video, and in this video we're going to talk about proprioception and coordination drills. I'm going to take you step by step through some basic patterns, and then I'm going to show you some more difficult ones afterwards for you to incorporate into your flow. Let's do it! Okay, so the first exercise is going to be an underhand release from the windmill position. This is actually the easiest release and all the others will build off of this one. So you're going to start in a windmill position, and when you feel ready you're going to release the rope with the hand which is scooping upwards. So in the video this is my right hand right now. And you want to time your release when the rope reaches the peak of its swing, and just practice this for a few reps. Now try releasing the other hand while swinging the rope in the same direction. This is going to be slightly more difficult as you'll have to pull your hand back to miss the rope before reaching out to grab it again. Make sure you practice both these variations on both sides. Now we've mastered the windmill releases, we're going to try them from the matador pattern. So take your time to establish a nice gentle pace, and always keep your hands relaxed to allow the rope to rotate in them. We're going to start off with the hand which is on the outside of our body, and then once we feel confident with that we can progress onto the inside hand, which might take a little longer to master. Just remember to take your time and focus on good repetitions before you move on to the harder progressions. So this next one flows really nicely and is great for achieving a flow state. You're simply going to perform a dragon roll and then immediately follow that with an underhand release from windmill, which we saw earlier. This is great for incorporating into your freestyle flow, so have a play with it on both sides.
Another variation to try is the underhand release with lunges. This is a great progression once you feel confident with the underhand release, and you can now start incorporating your whole body and start raising your heart rate a little bit as well. So moving on to our next exercise, it's going to be hand switches. So this one is similar to the first release which we saw. We're going to go back to the windmill position, but instead of releasing with just one hand, this time as the rope reaches its peak of its swing, we're going to release with both hands and essentially swap them over, catch the rope and continue as such. Make sure you practice this one on both sides as well, get yourself really good at it. And once you've done that, you can also try this little variation as well, where I'm swinging to one side, switching my hands, and then swinging to the other side and repeating as such. Okay, so once you've mastered that, you can move on to this one, which is the same thing, but this time in matador stance. We're going to be switching sides every single time, just to get yourself used to being good on both sides. And our third exercise is going to be the Cheetah's tail release. So if you haven't already learned how to do the Cheetah's tail, I suggest you check out my YouTube video. In this one, we're going to get ourselves into a Cheetah's tail position. As the rope is coming up, as you can see there, I'm going to let go of the rope with my hand which is on the outside. The rope is then going to spin around and I'm going to catch it when it's on its way down. Here you can see me alternating sides, swinging the rope up, letting it flip, catching it and then moving over to the other side. This one is a lot more difficult than the others, so it will take a bit more time to master. Right, and this fourth exercise is a pretty fun one to try. It's the hand switch with a volley. This one is quite tough, so make sure you've mastered all the other variations. As you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble there in the video. It's basically a mixture of a hand switch, and we're going to catch it on one of our hands as well and flip it up as it's in mid-spin. So as you can see there, I'm doing a little dragon roll, I'm doing a hand switch, and then I'm leaving that rope suspended in the air, and with my right hand I'm going to try and flip it over. Pretty tough, but give it a go. And our fifth and final exercise, well, it's not really an exercise, it's more of a different way to train yourself. This time you're going to get yourself blindfolded and you're going to attempt any of the exercises which I've just shown you, and you'll see that it is quite a bit more difficult. But one thing I will suggest, something that helps me, is I try and visualize where the rope is in my mind, and then I catch it where I think it is in my mind. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really do appreciate all your support. If you could just leave a comment, like the video, make sure you share it about, and if you follow the channel as well, you'll see plenty more content coming your way fairly shortly. I hope you all had a great Christmas, and I'll see you in some videos in the new year. See you soon.